Our packages provide other functions that make doing data analysis easier. So we will use several packages in this textbook. Let's walk through how to get our packages working in our environment. So there are two things you need to do. You need to have them installed in your packages. So for example, if I look over here, I can see packages that I have and that I want to install. This is from a repository. So if I wanted to install the brew package, I could click on install here. And that's one way to do it. So you can work through it this way. You can also click and update them. That's pretty simple. However, often you're going to want to use a package when you start a new environment, and you won't want to do that every time. So let me walk through the code version of that. So I have a script open here. The first function is install packages. And the one we're going to start with is tidyverse. And tidyverse is actually a combination of packages, but that's the first thing you need to do every time or whenever you need a new package to work with in R in general. So it will install these. Of course, I've already had them installed, but you'll see something like this in the console at the bottom telling you that it's been downloaded and it's there. That's the same thing as if I found it here, clicked on it. So one of those is, let's see, this one, dplyr, is one of the tidyverse packages. I could click on that and install it. That's the same thing as doing this install packages. Once they are installed, you don't need to do that anymore. So often you'll see code that does not have install packages. That's because it's already been installed on that machine. Once it's installed on that machine, then we don't need to do that again. However, every time you run code, you open a new R environment like we see here, you need to tell R to access those packages. So here, now when I want to use those packages in some code, I need to read that into the library. So you need to read it once when you open an R session. So that doesn't mean every time you run code underneath this, you need to run this again. We just need to run it once. So if I run that, it's going to say it's putting tidyverse in this environment. So now I have the tidyverse functions. I can then go on below here and start putting in code to run those functions. So we'll go over those later, but now we have tidyverse running in this environment, and we have it installed, and the library one you'll run every time.